Welcome back everyone to another LEGO Star Wars review. Today we have the LEGO Onyx Cinder from Skeleton Crew. It's a little bit delayed. I wanted to actually release this right when the finale came out, but I decided to release it now. So we got this on sale actually from Walmart for $114. That's why I kind of waited. But today we're going to go ahead and open this up and review it. So we'll go ahead and get this built and we'll give it a full and complete review. Alrighty guys, so this is the Onyx Cinder. It's a 10 plus rated set, 75374, with 1325 as the piece count. So it's actually a pretty large set, and this retails for originally $139.99 US dollars. Like I said, I got this one on sale, so I got it for a great deal. Basically $30 off after tax pretty much. So I recommend going to get it from Walmart right now if you are wanting to get this on sale. Personally, I love the show. I wanted to get this set. I've heard great things about this set, but I did want to wait for another sale to get another. So we have it here finally, and so we'll go ahead and get this baby opened. It does come with, you're going to see here from the show, Jod, and he actually goes by several different names in the show. So Wim, Fern, KB, and Neil. Now, I'm going to say this now instead of later on in the review, but we are missing the droid from the ship, and I keep spacing on the name. I think at the time that LEGO made this set, it was from concept art that LEGO provided them. Or excuse me, that Disney Star Wars provided them. So LEGO, I don't think, knew that he was in this set at the time. That's why it was made. This set was long produced and designed before the show came out. The show also ended up getting delayed as well. So a lot of people were upset that he wasn't in this set, unfortunately. Maybe we'll get him later on. I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't think it will happen, but because I'm not sure if Skeleton Crew is going to get a second season, or if Skeleton Crew is going to even get any other sets, which I don't think that's going to happen now at this point. So it would all be up to if a second season came out and he was featured in that second season. And LEGO also got to make more sets from that second season. But with that being said, guys, the set has a ton of play features that we're going to get into with rotating engines here, as you see. Down here we have a hole where we can put all of our favorite characters from the show. Also, there is another hole, or part of the hole, that has a lot of items and other things for storage. Over here we have our push-to-fire missiles and Jod in the cockpit. So we will go over all of these once we have the set built. But for now, let's go ahead and get this open. Obviously, this is a large set, so we're not going to get any push tabs. I also don't have my handy dandy knife. I'm just going to use a brick separator, and this should hopefully work. Okay, turns out brick separator will not replace a box cutter or knife. So we have our box cutter here, and yeah, way easier. So, let's see how many bags they give us. I'm going to assume probably 8 to 10. But I could be wrong, it looks like. So, we have our instruction manual in the cardboard box here. And that's in case there. Over here, looks like we might have 12 bags. So, this is actually a larger build. Oh, 13. Alrighty guys, so I went ahead and separated all the bags out like this. There are 13 bags, so 3 over what I thought. This is actually a lot of bags in this build. And then I also see that the instructions are going to be a large book in that case there. So here is the instructions, and I'm thinking more about 280 pages maybe, 275. So 275 to get to the parts list. So big book with a big build. And it's actually not that many pieces. Like I said, 25, so not too bad. So let's go ahead and build our Onyx Cinder and check out those nice, unique minifigures. Here is the Onyx Cinder, guys, in all of its glory. I actually love this set. I love the way it looks in comparison to the source material from the show. It actually was a really easy build, really fun build. Didn't make me feel, annoyed with building it or anything like that. I was watching it come together, and it was just really exciting when you build a set like that and you're watching it all come together. From the rear here of the ship all the way to the front, every spot of this was so much fun. The stickers weren't too bad either. But first, let's get into the minifigures. We have Neil here, who personally is my favorite character on the show. Neil, I think, and all of the characters do, but specifically Neil, has so much character development in the show. The minifigure also is great. So the minifigure has his head, and it looks great. It's a custom mold for this. And the chest print and the back printing is so great. Now, if you notice, on Neil, his legs are not movable. They're just like the typical Yoda legs from the older sets where they're short legs, but they cannot be moving up and down, just to let you guys know. And you'll see those other types of legs with the other characters. This is mainly, I think, LEGO doing their best to, show that Neil is shorter. As you see now here, this is Wim, and Wim has a flashlight and a radio. As you see in the show, he has a radio. The chest printing on Wim is great, and as you see, those legs do move back and forward. So that was really cool with Wim, and also the other figures that we'll go over here shortly. But Wim has a two-sided face as well, one looking a little bit scared, what we see Wim in a lot. And then in the front here, looking confident, which we also see Wim a lot towards the end of the show, which is awesome. I do love Wim as the character, but the minifigure I think knocked it out the park, and it looks great too. Next figure we have here is going to be KB. KB is also one of my favorite characters from the show, simply because of the face and the eyes that she has, that tech inside of her head, which is really cool aspect of KB. KB does come with a flashlight and the chest printing to match that gray jumpsuit. KB's kind of like the tech expert, so she's seen in that jumpsuit. On the backside, she does have a second face there too, without the visor covering the eyes, and I like this face print as well. So it's a really cool character in the show, but also great minifigure here as well. Movable legs. Next, we're going to get Fern. Fern also features a flashlight, as you see there. The chest printing on Fern is amazing, I think, with the jacket having so much detail from what we see in the show too. And I think even the badge is simplified on there that she has from her mom. And I think that's a really cool feature that LEGO put on there too. The legs are movable as well as KB and Wim. So they have the movable legs. On Fern, Fern does have a dual-sided face that you'll see here. The hairpiece is a great hairpiece for Fern too. I think it matches the character from the show very well. Fern is going to be a scared face on the back side, and the front side it's a smile. I leave it as a smile, but Fern has a scared face on the back side. Fern's kind of like that adventurous, I can do it all type of character, and so I think it's cooler to have the other side shown. And Fern also, like I said, has a back printing, and the printing is alright. I think there could have been more detail there. Next we have is Jod, and Jod goes by several different names. The scummy pirate of the show. As you see here, he's got that kind of face that matches that. He's got a blunderbuss, a revolver type thing for his gun, a space revolver. It's kind of cool. I took the cape off there so you could see the chest printing. It's more like a kind of covering for his face. I think he does it so people don't notice him. He's known in the galaxy for his scum and villainy. On the other side, he has more of an angry look. He does also have that dual-sided face that we mentioned before. I personally like this figure a lot. The naming Jod, I think is cool. Again, like I said, the show has multiple names for him. So let's go ahead and review the ship, the Onyx Cinder. Onyx Cinder honestly is so cool. Like I said here, it was a fun build too, so you don't get too tired of the build. You're going to see the cockpit here, which is kind of sad. A little downside of this is it only fits one minifigure in there. And in the box it shows Jod being the one flying, but it would have been really cool if it was kind of like a Millennium Falcon cockpit where you could fit at least 2, maybe 3 figures in there. In the show, they're all in the cockpit a lot of the time. So obviously this doesn't come with SM in this build, so you could fit him in there if you'd like, but again, I think it would be cooler if you could have a couple more minifigures. On the side there, we have some push-fire missiles as well. Down here, you'll see that little hook. That actually opens up this hole, and it's a little bit hard for me with my big fingers, but if you push it down, you can see it opens up the hole on this side. and you can actually open it up on both sides. This side is more of the equipment side, and I really enjoy that they made this so you could open it up and play with it as a kid. And you'll see here too, this build has so many guns on the ship, which is cool because it's a pirate ship. It should, you know, and so it does in the show as well. But they did a great job representing that. I mean, there's probably like 7 or 8 different cannons on this ship. On the other side, you'll see here that this is going to be the whole part that I was referring to, and that is where you could sit your minifigures in there. There's a spot for 4 minifigures. You could put all the kiddos in there if you'd like while Jod's driving the ship. On the other side, I used just a pick-a-brick thing to push that down, or a brick separator to push that down, so you could see it completely open from the inside. It is a tight fit for you to get minifigures in there. They have a little table there to show, but you can still get minifigures in there. I can get them in there. I don't do it here, but you can get them in there pretty fine, and it's quite spacious. Once you shut it, they fit in there too. So I do love that it opens up there. There's so many play features, like I was saying. The push fire missiles on the other side, there's some right here, as you can see. And on the top of the Onyx Cinder, you're going to see 2 more swivels on the other side near that satellite I was referring to. Super cool. They do have the push fire like this, and they shoot hard and far, and you'll lose your studs. So, but I went ahead and kept them empty. In the video here, you'll see that I have them full, but I just empty out the stud shooters because I'm not trying to lose them or get them shot around. On the top there, you see there's more turrets right there, the bubble turrets that they have, and they made them kind of micro scale there, and then there's another one to the back. As you see, that's the lever that will control the mechanism for the thrusters on the Onyx Cinder, and there's a sticker right behind it. It looks kind of like an arrow to point to show you. It's kind of funny, but as you pull the lever, you'll see the engines kick back and up, and it just basically shows Onyx Cinder blasting up into space and then switching them down to go forward, which is pretty cool. I love that they put the mechanism there. I think that really sets the ship apart and makes it, you know, worth your guys' money, worth buying the ship. The ship's awesome. And then down here, as you see, one thing I've noticed throughout the build is they have these tan pieces to kind of show it was dirty. The ship was buried. So it's cool that they did that. More turrets, as you see down there and on the side of the build. So just a bunch of cannons here, guys, and turrets on the ship, which I think is awesome. Up towards the front of the ship, you'll see even more. With 2 there in the front, 1 there, and then they have the actual claw there, which is kind of cool. You see that in the show, but it doesn't retract or anything. It just goes up and down like that, and it does open up like that too, which is cool. Obviously, it doesn't have a rope to actually function as like a grappling hook, but another cannon there, so just cannons galore on this ship. And I just genuinely think that this set is a must get. One of the best sets I've seen this year, so let's go ahead and give this review a final score and see if it's worth your money. So final thoughts on the Onyx Cinder. Personally, I really love this set. This set, I think, embodies exactly what the Onyx Cinder is in the show. I do love that we got all of the most main characters. We're missing, obviously, another minifigure. And like I said during the review of the actual Onyx Cinder, in the show, the Onyx Cinder has an inside of the ship, or the inner shell, that busts out from this as a safety protocol. Honestly, I am willing to excuse both of those things because I genuinely believe LEGO did not have concept art on that thing, or on all the minifigures. As you can see, even the main minifigures have some differences than the actual show, which tells me they probably didn't have all the reference material. The show got delayed several times, I believe. I know it got delayed at least once. The set was already made before the show even came out. It was just kind of a hodgepodge of mess because of Disney. So LEGO had to do their best, and I personally think this is their best. The set's awesome. Still got great minifigures. Still have such a cool set with play features, with basically abilities for you to get into that hole. That's so cool that you can do that with this set. Guns galore. As a pirate ship, it should, and there's plenty. So I genuinely think this is a great set. First, I think what I'm going to say is the rating on this is going to honestly be, I would say, 10 out of 10 for me. This is a must pick up set. This set, if you like the show, is absolutely worth your money. I genuinely think you should still wait for a sale if you can. $140 is not bad because the piece count's there with 1,300 pieces. Minifigures are there, stories there with the show. So you technically could buy it full price, but I got it for $110, which is a really good deal for the set then. So I think you should pick this up. I think it's a great set. Like I said, 10 out of 10 for me. Some people don't like the fact that we're missing character, don't like the fact, or characters, you could argue, don't like the fact that the inner shell thing there doesn't show anything about it. It's gonna be hard to do that in Lego, but they're wanting it to be able to break off pieces and kind of look like the inner shell with the show. Again, some of the minifigures are a little bit different than what you see in the show, but like I said, I just think Lego did the best with what Star Wars gave with them. So personally, I think it's like I said, 10 out of 10. Gotta pick it up. I would pick it up if you like a show. If you haven't watched the show, watch the show. It's a great show. It kind of got clouded by other content that Star Wars has released that really just wasn't that spectacular. This set also was impacted because of that. I recommend going to watch the show. After you watch it, you're going to want to get the set, because I was kind of like on the fence about it. Watched the show, and I was like, I need to pick up the set. So you're getting a review after the show, after I watched the entire show. This set's awesome. Again, I think that if Skeleton Crew has other sets, it would be cool to see some other ships that we saw in Skeleton Crew maybe, or some of the pirates and minifigures. But until then, this set is great, is worth your money. I just want to say thank you guys for watching this video. If you did enjoy this video, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.